A decade back, my parents disowned me and claimed I'd fail without them. You know that moment when your whole life changes and you can pinpoint it down to a single sound? For me, it was the chilling click of a lock 10 years ago, after my parents literally slammed the door on my future. It wasn't just a sound, it was a verdict, a betrayal that echoed through a decade of my life, all because I refused to sign away my soul. I was 19, skinny, and honestly, scared of almost everything, except letting someone else carry my name like a leash. My dad, Greg, slid a pen across our chipped kitchen table, his eyes flat as the midsummer sky outside. He said I could either be part of the team, his rules, or learn a lesson life wasn't kind enough to teach me yet. My mom, Leia, just folded her arms, quiet in that way a door is quiet right before it slams. "We can't keep helping you if you're going to keep making it hard," she said. It sounded like concern, but it felt like a sentence. I slid the pen back. And just like that, 10 years of birthdays, holidays, and their supposed "we're doing what's best for you" vanished into an ice-cold silence. When that front door shut behind me, the click of the lock was a physical blow, a sound I've thought about every single day since. Anyone in our town would have described the Hale family as driven and close-knit, as if those were synonyms for tight-fisted and single-minded. My father, Greg, loved to tell anyone who'd listen how he built his property company from scratch. But he never learned the difference between holding people to a standard and holding them by the throat. And my mother, Leia? She could turn any conversation into a test. "How hard are you working? What's next? When will it be bigger?" Her ambition was dressed in soft sweaters and matching earrings, but it was just my father's voice, delivered with a smile. My younger sister, Harper, learned early how to catch their light and reflected back. She was the pretty one, the one with a laugh that made adults melt. When she wanted something, it sounded like the world catching up to her schedule. In our house, help always came with fine print. Dad's generosity required progress reports, public gratitude, and unquestioning obedience. Mom's support came with reminders about optics, what people would think if you didn't conform. I learned to make myself small, to take up as little space as possible. Harper never had to. She stretched, yawned, and the room widened to fit her. The pen that day was for a loan, a scheme to use my clean credit and student status to buy 2 small rentals near campus. My name would be on everything, the student on paper, the leverage. All I had to do was sign, smile, and not ask questions. The numbers he drew in my notebook looked confident, but every instinct screamed no. I'd seen enough of his plans to know how they worked. The wins were his, the risks were mine, and any fallout became a lecture on loyalty. "I want to do this on my own," I said. He stared at me like I'd spoken in a foreign language. Then he laughed, that short, dismissive burst that said, "What a ridiculous idea." "There's no such thing," he told me, tapping the page with the pen. "Everybody is on somebody's shoulders." Mom's mouth folded into that small, disbelieving smile. Harper, only 17 then, watched me with polite pity, like I'd just dropped a tray in a crowded cafe. When I walked out, all I had was a backpack, a creaky used laptop, and a potent mix of anger and helium inside my ribs. I got a job that paid less than everything cost, then another one for nights and weekends. People talk about hard work being noble. Sometimes it's just the only way to keep the lights on. But you learn things in fluorescent kitchens and on loading docks, how to read faces, how to stretch a mistake, and then, the part that shocked everyone, watch full story.